All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about the mindset that you need to be a successful entrepreneur. The most successful entrepreneurs, including ones of this time like Elon Musk, have talked about this. Entrepreneurs in the 9, 10, and 11 figures have talked about the entrepreneurial mindset, the development of the entrepreneurial mindset. And we're going to teach you exactly what to do today when it comes to developing that mindset. But first, before we talk about that, we're going to talk about two mindsets not to have. Each of these mindsets kill people's businesses, let alone themselves and like what they stand for before they even get started. And most entrepreneurs that have this problem don't even have a clue that they actually have the problem. But the good news is, after nearly 15 years of failures and now a lot of winning, but understand that it took years and years and years of losing before I started winning and winning and winning and writing about mindset and teaching mindset and so on and so forth. Most of you have read my book. If not, look it up on YouTube. I have the mindset hacks for you. So let's get started. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Warrens and I'm the founder of Warrior Consulting. I work with entrepreneurs internationally, starting, building, and scaling their companies past the multi-million-dollar mark. And I want to run back my free offer from last month with giving you guys a free goal planning video that's not here on YouTube, just for you, so you can analyze it and learn how to set up your goals like an experienced entrepreneur of almost 15 years, and how that can lay the blueprint for you moving into 2023. If you are interested in this free offer, just drop the word goals below in the comments and we will get it out to you. So that's all you got to do. Drop goals below. Now let's get started. Okay, guys, number one, I'm going to tell you about two mindsets in particular for number one that kill more people's dreams and ideas that set off to be an entrepreneur than anything else other than fear, arguably. Fear is a whole different conversation. We're talking about mindsets today. Fear is an emotion, right? So outside of fear and the emotion of it, there are two mindsets that every entrepreneur needs to understand not to have to be a successful entrepreneur and develop that successful mindset. And the reason why I can tell you this is because the two mindsets that I'm about to tell you, victim mentality and entitlement, I had unknowingly. So listen, guys, I know society teaches feelings and thought processes because of feelings, and that genders and races and fluidity is most important, along with pronouns and how we feel. And listen, I'm not saying that stuff isn't important, okay? What I'm saying is, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, all right, what you'll need to do is leave behind the victim and entitlement mindset that society, specifically here in America, loves to teach through all of the examples that I just said. Listen, I don't personally care. I'm happy for you if you're a dude and now you want to be a chick, or you want to put your pronouns in your title, or you think your feelings are the most important thing in the world. Like, that's cool. I respect you. I'm just saying that in the frame of having a successful entrepreneurial mindset, leaving that sort of mindset or thought process behind is what's going to allow you to grow into a super impactful, influential, possibly history-setting entrepreneur, because your mindset has shifted from playing victim and entitlement to owning your shit and taking control of your circumstances, rather than allowing your circumstances, gender, fluidity, pronouns, so on and so forth, controlling you. So now that we've discussed which mindsets not to have to build a really powerful entrepreneurial mindset, we're going to talk about two things in particular for number two that will really help you build this mindset. And those two things are resilience and grittiness, right? So think about it. If we have a victim mentality or mindset and we have entitlement, chances are resilience and grittiness aren't going to be there because we have a victim mindset and we have an entitlement mindset. But when you leave those circumstances, and there's nothing wrong with those circumstances, I'm just saying when we leave those circumstances and become resilient and we become gritty, because we understand that no one fucking cares. It's business. No one cares in business if you go bankrupt. No one cares if you're not turning a profit. No one cares if you're not living your dreams. No one really cares. I'm talking about 99% of people. No one really cares. But if you're resilient and you fail, if you're gritty and you fail, you're going to get back up rather than playing victim and using entitlement to reinforce your thoughts and your feelings. You're going to get back up and you're going to keep going. If you're resilient and you're gritty and you build that mindset of grittiness and resilientness, you're unstoppable. And having that type of mindset, no matter how much you fail, building resilience, building grittiness, you're going to continue to move forward. And that's the key to entrepreneurship, is building the momentum and just moving forward on a daily basis. Whether you're moving this far on a daily basis, this far, or this far, however we're looking at it, the resilience and the grittiness is what builds and compounds momentum. That momentum does not correlate to a victim mentality and entitlement. Number 3, this mindset is a little bit of a far-fetched for a lot of people to understand, but I'll tell you what, if you're still here and you're watching and you possibly thought you were entitled or had some victim mentality mindset, I'm going to tell you number 3, if you're still here, number 3, you can wrap your head around, which is mistakes are a great thing. All right. If you can develop the mindset that mistakes are a great thing, because if you're an entrepreneur, you already know this, you make a shitload of mistakes. And if you're not an entrepreneur yet and you're thinking about it, you're going to make a shitload of mistakes. So the last thing, and I learned this the hard way, just like playing victim, just like being entitled, the last thing you want to do is beat yourself up for every single mistake that happens. Because especially in the first decade of entrepreneurship, especially in the first decade, you make all of the mistakes. And when you move into the second decade, you're not making all of the mistakes. You're making mistakes that are typically costly when it comes to time, money, and energy. So when you shift the mindset from mistakes are bad to mistakes are great, we begin to look at each mistake as a lesson. And what I've learned to do and what other very high-level entrepreneurs do is they use some sort of variant of this statement that I'm going to tell you. What is this lesson teaching me? So let's say we just made a mistake. We made a mistake. It's in front of our team. We're a little embarrassed. We make the mistake, and we sit there and we raise our hand and we say, okay, I made this mistake. What's this lesson teaching me? Realizing that the mistake is good because it's teaching you a lesson. And as long as you can recognize that a mistake is great and that it's teaching you a lesson, you can build the mindset of a serious entrepreneur with this tool in your tool belt, that mistakes are great and mistakes are just lessons. Number 4, serving others first or serving others, depending on how you look at it. As an entrepreneur, you have to build a mindset that to get to where you want to go, whatever that vision is in your head, you're going to have to get really good at serving other people, servant leadership, taking care of other people. And when you get to a certain point, taking care of other people first is a mindset that you're going to need to develop as an entrepreneur, because no one can do it on their own. There's an old saying that as an entrepreneur, in this case, if you want to move fast, move alone. If you want to move far, move together. And if you are going to move together with people, you have to get really good at serving other people. Look at some of the best entrepreneurs to ever live. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Oprah Winfrey. These people are known to serve other people, serve their teams, serve their customers, serve their clients, serve their industries, serve humanity. Think about Elon Musk. Whether you like him or you don't like him, he wants to serve humanity in a whole and actually save the planet or move us to a new planet that's sustainable. So when you get to the point of realizing that you have to serve other people and serve them well, and in many cases, service them first before taking care of yourself. I shouldn't say it that way. Taking care of yourself first thing in the morning and then servicing everybody else for the rest of the day is really how I should say it. When you develop that mindset, you become unstoppable. Whether you're good at it or not, you're going to get better because you're gritty and resilient and you're not playing victim and you're not entitled. Number 5, and this is the last one, guys. All right. Empathy. A mindset that technically it's a soft skill, right? It's not a hard skill. It's not like sales. It's empathy. It's a soft skill. It's a piece of self-awareness, and having an empathetic mindset is critical. And I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story to explain this one. Okay. I get ridiculed on social media relatively often, and here is a chance for me, let alone you, if it happens to you, to be empathetic. Right? So for instance, someone on my LinkedIn commented on a reel that I put up of a YouTube video on leadership. And in that video, I talked about how leaders, specifically males, the audience for the reel and the audience for the show itself was 24 to 44-year-old males. My show was on why males need masculinity in the workforce to be effective leaders. The lady on my LinkedIn had her pronouns in her name, I guess you can say, told me that I have no clue what I'm talking about, that I was talking about toxic masculinity, and she's been in sales for 20 years in a male-dominated industry, and I should basically learn leadership rather than teaching it. So empathy. Rather than tearing her apart for having her pronouns in her freaking bio and saying that masculinity is toxic and all of the horse shit that she was spewing, I looked at it as an opportunity to realize that she's probably miserable because she's going on someone else's LinkedIn. We're not connected. Someone else's LinkedIn. She didn't watch the full show. She just watched the reel. She didn't understand it. I likely triggered her. Rather than tearing her apart, you know what I said to her? I showed empathy. And I was like, you know what? I can see your perspective. Thank you for your feedback, and I hope your Thanksgiving was well. Because that's when the comment was put on my LinkedIn, was the day after Thanksgiving. So having an empathetic mindset around everything that you do will build a serious entrepreneurial mindset, or will build a serious entrepreneurial mindset with empathy involved. Deploying empathy and kindness is a soft skill that I believe we need more of in the workforce, specifically as entrepreneurs. And I challenge you guys to take a step back when you're in the position to tear someone apart and deploy empathy. All right, guys, so let's run it back. Number 1, the 2 mindsets not to have: victim mentality and entitlement. Number 2, resilience and being gritty. Number 3, mistakes are a great thing. They're just lessons. Number 4, serving others. And number 5, deploying empathy. So listen, guys, if you have any questions, drop a comment below. I want to interact with you. I want to know what you're thinking. Let me know if you liked this. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.